Alright gang, welcome back to our Pioneer Challenge on Alone in the World. It's March, day 2. You join me as I'm activating the process here of getting rid of some of the stumps that I can see. Now, we're obviously going to miss some. We know that for a fact, but I'm just going to try to get rid of as many as I can here. I've got rid of pretty much all the ones I think we're really going to be affected by, I guess, when we expand this field here to the right that we harvested in the last episode, but nonetheless, I'm just kind of going through it here the first time and just doing a bird's eye first. Well, bird's eye. It's not even a bird's eye. A tractor eye first pass to see if I can hit most of them, right? And then we're gonna leave this tractor over here with the stump grinder on it as we go get the John Deere out, get the plow hooked up to it. We're gonna start extending this field, but there's obviously gonna be some that I miss. I know that for a fact, but I think for the most part I've done an okay job. Well, now I'm stuck, but I had done an okay job getting rid of most of them. I think there's not many that I'm going to be missing. It's just going to be ones that are maybe really low to the ground that I can't see, or maybe ones that were not even in this section in the grass out there, right? Those probably are the ones I'm going to miss if I miss any of them. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and turn the tractor off and call that pretty much as good as we're going to get at this point. And just kind of put it over here somewhere. Turn it off. Jump into the John Deere. We're going to have to move the drill a little bit. The drill is partially in the way there. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Now today, as far as what we have to accomplish today, it's mostly just re-drilling that field, expanding that field. We do have to do a second pass of fertilizer on a couple of the strands over there. Probably mow that the grapevines up there a little bit, but that's it. Everything else is we're just waiting for it to be ready to harvest. So the only other thing left to do really is to knock down some trees, and we can try to utilize some of that towards paying off the loan today if we can muster it. I'm not sure we'll actually get the loan paid off today or not, but nevertheless, that's one of the goals we want to do, is at least try to get some of it paid off. Then we obviously have to do the normal duties for a horse jester there, right? We've got to ride him and then brush him off, clean him off. Now, I think I'm going to start kind of around in here-ish. It's still going to be an awkward shaped field, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it unless I get rid of those trees. Then we can make it a little bit more realistic, but I don't really want to get rid of those trees. I've mentioned that before. I like those trees, so I don't really want to get rid of them. So I'm going to do everything I can to not get rid of them, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Now, we talked about this. We're going to go kind of... This is still going to be an awkward shaped field no matter what we do up here, because we're going to kind of come close to the trees here, but we don't want to go up on the side of the hill. And I'm trying not to get too close to those trees because those are ones we could not chop down. So our border or our outline, whatever you want to call it, is kind of somewhere in that vicinity. It kind of just diagonally goes from the top of this hill down that way, right? So I just wanted to make sure we weren't going to be putting something in the ground that we couldn't harvest. That would be less than ideal. All right, I'm okay with that line. I think we might be able to make it a little bit wider, maybe. But I'm okay with it for now. Let's just kind of get everything plowed up here and then see what it looks like, and we can do some touch-up work after that, right? Now, I did feel some kind of jump over there. Now, I don't know if it's just the ground that I need to smooth out or if it was a stump, but we'll find out here in a second, right? Didn't really do anything off camera between the last episode and this episode. I think it's just a bump. Yeah, it's just a bump. I didn't do anything between the last episode and this one. I didn't cut down any trees or anything like that. So that we still pretty much just have the amount of money that we had before, with the exception of a few things that kind of sold overnight. So yeah, that little bump there, that's definitely going to have to be smoothed out, or at least attempted to be smoothed out. That's a pretty severe bump. You can see it from here. I don't know what or where that's from. That's a very odd-shaped bump for the map. I don't know if that was just a mistake on the map or somehow I did that. I don't know. I don't know how I would have done that, though. You would think that that wouldn't be like that. It's not like a smooth bump by any means, like you would expect to have on a map, right? New series coming out this Saturday, gang. New series. It's going to be a fun one. I'm really excited about it. I've mentioned it in a number of different episodes on different series on the channel, and look out for it. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Mini series, probably 10 episodes, one time a week. It's taken the place of what was the Frugal Millionaire Challenge on Saturdays, and we bumped up our Broke to Billionaire Challenge to Wednesdays and Sundays. So moving forward, it'll be on every Sunday and Wednesday, the Broke to Billionaire Challenge, and the new challenge will be specifically only on Saturday. Basically, we'll run that oh, there's one I missed. We'll run that new series on Saturday up until FS22 comes out, or until we complete the challenge, whichever comes first. We may not complete the challenge on it. I mean, I didn't give ourselves that much time, if I'm honest with you. Once a week. But you never know. Maybe one of these other series will get done, and then you can bump that one up. Who knows? I've talked about the Zielonka campaign map, and it's probably my least favorite to date, actually. I had not played it when it came out. I just had started doing some videos on the channel here for Farming Simulator, really. So I had not played it yet, and it doesn't feel right. Is it just me? Any of you feel the same way? It just doesn't feel like a Giants map. It feels like it was like rushed or something. I don't know what it is about it. The more I play it, the more I don't like it. I can't really explain it, though. I don't have any explanation on why I don't like it. It just something about it. I don't know. So there's another stump we found up here. You probably saw it while I was talking there. So 2 stumps we've missed so far, but that's not too bad. I mean, I was expecting a lot more than 2. One more pass here, and we got this all expanded. I'm going to do a little bit of touch-up work, actually, now that I'm seeing that line I made. It wasn't really the straightest line, so I'm going to do a little bit of touch-up work on that. But before we do that, we've got to flatten out that section before I forget about it, because that's going to be atrocious to try to drill and or harvest. Oh, used market. I forgot. I was looking at the used market before I started. There's some things out there. I don't think it's really anything specifically we need at this time, but there are some cool things out there. I'll show them to you in just a second. I think that's pretty much as flat as we're going to get it. Okay, good. Good. So let me try to straighten this thing out here real quick if I can. I didn't do terrible, actually, but I just feel like it could be a little bit better. Like in there-ish, maybe? No, that's still bad. That's still terrible. I still didn't do a good job. Alright, we'll try to keep on this line right here. Now we turn towards it. Perfect. Perfect. Got to do a little bit of smoothing there too. I saw some issues there. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't, you know, that noticeable, but there was something there. Okay. All right, we're gonna call that about as good as I'm gonna make it. So let's pull this off to the side. Let's get the other tractor out here really quick, and let's get those stumps moved. And then we'll look at the used market there. I mean, we'd have to get rid of some trees, which we're going to do towards the end anyway, right? But I was going to utilize that money towards the loan a little bit. That still looks like a severe hill right there, doesn't it? Maybe it's just the texture's messing with my brain, but I swear that looks like it's a pretty... I'm going to have to mess with that some more, I think. That's going to drive me insane. My OCD is going to drive me insane a little bit. That guy's gone. Just one more. Perfect. There was definitely something. Look, definitely something, because it just was using a ton of money for a second. I feel like, even though it was still using money, it was just trying to take up part of that hill. And there's still a bump there. Maybe not. It's not that bad. It's better than it was. We'll leave it be for now. So, let me go get the drill. And we're going to get underway putting something in here. Now, what do we want to put in here? That's the question. The used market, so there are a few things here, but not really anything specific that we want. The planter, maybe. That might be something we consider getting. Good width. We would have to get a different header for the harvester, but that's a good width, and it gives us the option to do some other things. But that doesn't really help us with our challenge, right? Flower's the challenge, so we need to keep doing flower stuff, in my opinion. So that's a maybe. This is like a tractor, but it was with the hay stuff. It's really more for hay, the hay and bale package or whatever it was, hay and forage package. The wheel loader, wheel loaders are always nice, but we really don't need a wheel loader yet. And then this tractor, it's a smaller tractor. 75 horsepower. We can get it up to 95. I mean, it'd be nice to have a third tractor. Well, we technically have a third. We have the Grape tractor, right? But I just don't think we need it right now. So we're not going to mess with it. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So let me get all of this put away, and then I will get the drill that I already have out. And actually, I'm just gonna put this outside because technically this needs to be back over there where we were. I kind of brought it to the wrong area, but that's all right. We'll gloss over that for a minute. I'll drop it off here for now. And let's get the John Deere. Now, we do probably need to think about fitting some kind of gas tank, pump station, something, and some kind of service station. We're starting to get some wear and tear here on the equipment, and it'd be cheaper and much more convenient to have it on the farm than having to drive all the way down to the shops. Not that they're that far away, but you get what I mean, right? So that's some money we might have to spend today too, but we need to get some trees down to do all of that, right? So I think we're still storing all the firewood, I believe. Don't think it's ready the best time to sell it, so the firewood will continue to probably spawn until it's maxed out, and then we'll go from there. I forget what the firewood was. It's been a couple of days since I've done an episode on this series, so bear with me for a minute while I check the firewood here. Actually, it's not terrible. It was best. Were we selling it? We must have been selling it. We had to be selling it. Maybe I did that wrong. Maybe I just completely said everything to you incorrectly. Yeah, we aren't selling. Okay, I said everything incorrectly to you, so I apologize, but we got there. We got there. One way or another, we got there. So what are we going to put in the big field? Pretty much our biggest field now, by far. Like, not even close. What are we going to put in there? Let's take a look. What do we got here? We've got Small field of soybeans, canola, wheat, barley, oat, carrots, excuse me, carrots, parsnip. Is that 2 fields of sorghum? Is that what that is? Yeah, looks like it. So, I think based off of all that, man, that is an awkward shaped field. I think based off of all of what we just said, we're going to put in... I mean, sorghum grows the fastest, so that's the best for our flour, but I don't think we necessarily need that right now. I think we have enough at current. We're going to have tons of oat. We're going to have pretty much tons of everything. We really don't need to put anything in here. So I guess it's just what's going to be the best thing to sell. It's March, May, June, July, August, September would be when the soybeans would be ready. It's not really ideal. I think soybeans are June. If my memory serves correctly, I think it's June is the best time to sell soybeans. July. Okay, so August, September, yeah, they would be dropping significantly. Yeah, it would be September when they're ready, so that's not going to work. I guess we'll do another field of canola. We only have one. Let's do another field of canola. Why not? Canola is going to be the first thing ready, after that. So let's do canola. We can just store it. Maybe we can do more canola oil in here like we've been doing, right? Let's just do that. I think that's a smart play. For whatever reason, I have to pull forward and back up whenever we do a dual fill-up on this thing. I don't understand why, but whatever. So that only costs us just over $100 to fill those up to max. Not too bad. We'll probably have to fill it up again, honestly. But that's all right. Watch out, chickens. Come through. All right. So let's turn this thing on. And we're drilling. Canola is going in. Lots of flour being produced over there, as you can see. Now, I don't know how much has been produced between the last episode and this episode. I'm going to take a look and see what's being stored in there here in just a second, once we get to a stage where we can actually look and not miss anything. It's going to be a bit. Probably have to go around the headland pass here at least once, maybe twice, before I can actually look at that, but... I would suspect we've got a decent amount in there, but remember, we were about 10,000-ish, I think, liters away. And the way that I'm going about this, which I think is different from how everybody else is doing it, but that's perfectly fine. I'm just storing all of it until we have 25,000 liters of flour, and then I'm going to sell it all at the same time. At least at current, we're not really hurting for money because of the trees and everything, right? The wood chips and everything else. They're making us plenty of money as it is, so... We're not really hurting by just holding it all. So we're just going to try to hold it all until we have the amount we need to complete that objective of stage 1. And then we'll just sell it all outright then. So that'll give us a ton of money when that time does come. And, yeah, we'll be in a lot better shape moving forward, I guess, for the other stages. Because we're going to have a chunk of money coming in all at the same time. If that makes any sense. We might have a chance here to look right now, so let's do that. We have 18,983 liters in storage. I don't know how much is out there. I forget. We looked at it in the last episode, but again, like I said, this has been a number of days since I've done an episode on this one. Like I'm a little bit behind, unfortunately, on my videos. You know how I like to have 5 kind of done, maybe not fully edited or out on YouTube or, all the thumbnails and everything done. Maybe not necessarily all that, but at least recorded. I like to have 5 ready to go just in case something happens like it has recently, right? So I'm trying to get caught back up. So while we're here, bear with me for a minute here, gang. I want to see. We have 18,000 in storage. 18,000 some change. These are 1,000, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We're there, gang. We're there. Stage 1 is done. I don't know when the best time is to sell flour, but now I kind of want to just wait till it's the best time to sell flour, since we're not... The only thing left to do for stage 1 is to get the pigs, right? Which we have to wait for other things to be ready to harvest before we can really do pigs. And to pay off the loan. Because we're there. The flour's done. We're there. Now, if the flour is best to sell now, we're going to sell it now, and then we'll be able to easily pay off the loan. Easily pay off the loan. It's always weird to me when it does this stuff, right? Where it, even though this is a freshly drilled, freshly plowed, I guess I should say, section, it's carrying this rendering over from the field that was harvested and not plowed. I'll have to do some more work up here too. Looks like it was pretty bumpy right there. So we're almost done here with the Headland Pass Part 2. And then we're going to kind of go our more traditional way, at least the best we can do for our traditional way here. Let's put this on a worker for a brief minute here. I just want to do some more research based off of what we just know, right? Or what we just found out, I should say. So let's put it on a worker for a brief second here. So we have 19,000 in storage. Yeah, that's done. That is completely done. So flour. It's all the same flour, right? Yeah, it's just flour. Okay. Just making sure that there wasn't like sorghum flour versus something else flour. I figured it was all the same because that's how it normally is, but you never know. December. So right now it's not terrible actually. March is not terrible. 1,100. We're gonna sell it. We're selling that today, gang. That is a sell. So I'm gonna let the worker continue doing his thing there. It means we've got to buy a trailer. Now I don't know if I can pick up those pallets by hand or not. Let's go look. Let's go look and see if we can pick those pallets up by hand. While we're doing it, we can jump on Jester really quick and knock that portion out of right in him. Wanted to take just a gallop through the crops there, evidently, huh? I don't know if it'll let me get off of Jester when I'm out of his pen, actually, now that I did this. It does. Okay, I can't pick them up by hand. Okay. Alright, well, we just need to get a trailer then, and I can just throw those on a trailer. We can turn on auto-selling for the rest of them, right? But those 6 or whatever it is, 5, will have to be sold. This is awesome. That's awesome. We're so close to finishing stage 1 now. So close. Just ride Jester around this corner real quick again, just because I want to make sure he gets his daily riding in. Just knock it out while we're here. Now we need to get some grass mowed and put in the pit. That's another thing we could do today. We probably will do a little bit of that today. Well, I don't know. We might not. I guess it depends on how long this episode ends up being here. I'll try to keep the episodes at a certain, you know, well, a certain length as much as possible. Sometimes there's no way around it, but... Alright, he's good. No, he's only 75% ready. He's not good. Dang it! Alright, let me get him to 100%. Alright, I bought a nice little low-loading trailer here. Very inexpensive, only about a little less than $3,000, I think. Very, very nice. This will work perfectly for us. And if we ever need to move a piece of equipment, now granted we could probably only move one thing, but if we ever need to move a piece of equipment, we have this now. So whenever we buy the second plot of land and start to make our second farm, our second larger farm according to the rules. We've got something if we need to move a few things over there. So that'll be nice. So before we do anything else, let's put all of this on selling. Now that we know we have enough. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's 100%. 25,000 liters of flour is being sold. Put it on selling. So, 10 o'clock comes. All of that should be sold. Let's pick this up and put this on the trailer here. This should be sufficient for the number we have. Should be able to hold these easily. As long as I can move this properly here. Okay, now it won't let me move it for some reason. Okay, why won't it let me move it? I have no idea. Did we just run into a glitch? It's not letting me move it off here now. This might not work out well for us. Hold on a second. Before I do anything else and we cause any more mayhem here, let me drive these down and see if they will sell. Because I don't want to put all of them on here if these are now stuck here, because that's going to destroy our ability to sell 25,000 liters of it. And this might. Oh, I should have probably tested this off camera. A lot of the times when it's something that I'm brand new that I've never used before, I test it. But normally trailers, there's not. It says flour not accepted here, so it should work. It should work. But still, to be safe, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do it. All right, let's hope for the best here. I mean, work? Yes. Okay. Good. Good. 2,203 bucks. That pretty much paid for the trailer right there by itself. Let's go put the rest of these on here. 10 o'clock just hit. We just got money. 52 grand, gang. We got another stage done. This is exciting. All right, we just got to pay the loan off, and we're in great shape, which means trees, gang. Trees. Well, we got to do the pigs too, but we can put the pigs down. They just might not have any food, so that would accomplish stage 1. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to give them the food to accomplish it. I was just trying to wait to, to put the pigs down until we had everything we need to give them, to actually give them some food. All right, let's try this once more here. Whatever, but I mean, I'm glad that it'll sell them, but for whatever reason, once you set it down here, you're not going to be able to move them again. But I don't have to worry about straps, I guess, so that's, I guess, a good thing, too. So I think what we're going to do, since we don't have what we need really to feed the pigs, but I want to complete stage 1 today, if at all possible, I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy the pigs, and then we'll just buy a bag of pig food, right? I don't necessarily want to do that, but for us to complete stage 1 and be able to move on to stage 2, why not just do it now? We're going to have stuff ready here soon anyway. Oh, they fell off. Well, that's interesting. Why do the other ones get stuck there and wouldn't come off, but this one does? Weird. I mean, the strap's not even going over those back there. Weird. Well, anyway, let's get down to the shop and sell these, and then we'll go from there. All right, here we go. Very nice, gang. Very, very nice. Now I'm gonna have to get the old little tiny Massey Ferguson out with the forks on it, because we don't have any forks or anything at all for anything else right now to move, the bag of pig food, if we decide to do that, which I think we're going to, right? So we're going to have to get that, bring it down here. We haven't used that machine anyway for a while, that tractor for a while anyway, so. But before we do all of that, I think the next goal for us is to... actually, hold on a second. Let me turn this on to storing again. Because we sold the amount we need to sell, so let's just put it back on storing. That'll help us in the long run for another objective in stage 3. Stage 3 is we've got to sell a lot more of that flour, so it's just going to assist us. Worker is doing well, I guess I should say, doing well on drilling the field here. So I'm going to set this just kind of over here for right now. Just kind of a temporary spot. We're going to go get the winch, and we're going to start getting some trees down. We're just going to do the wood chip stuff because that's going to be faster for us to make money. And yeah, we'll take away some more of this hillside. And we'll see where we get to. I was potentially just going to be doing the drilling today, but, I mean, you've seen me do drilling a bunch, and I think what I'll do here is I'll just knock down a ton of trees, and then maybe we'll put in a bit of a tiny time-lapse here of me pulling the trees over to the wood chips. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I decide to do in the edit. But that's my initial thought right now, is to kind of pull these down, or knock them all. Cut them all down, or cut a good portion of them down, and then do a time-lapse of me winching everything and bringing it over here. Maybe it might be too much. Maybe it's still, because I know tree work, we've talked about this before, is a lot, right? It's not that great in a time-lapse. It's really not that great when it's not a time-lapse either, but it's just really the only thing we have to do is to drill the field, which we have the worker doing for us, and then get the loan paid off. We get the loan paid off, I mean, buy a few pigs, and stage 1's done. And I would love to say stage 1 is done today, so that's what we're going for. So I'll be back with you in a minute. hopefully that was a short enough time lapse there, gang, and I didn't have it at full speed there that it wasn't too sickening. We're going to finish up the field here. There's not much left to do. Once 11 o'clock hits, we're going to make a good amount of money. I don't know how much it's going to be, but there's a lot of wood chips in there. You saw we knocked down a lot of trees. You can already see that little hill in there, that plot of land in between all of those trees that had nothing. Like, there was no trees or anything on it, right? It's just a plot of grass that's kind of surrounded by all those trees. So that's been opened up. You can see it from here if you look close enough. There's really only a couple trees in the way. So we got a lot of trees down, is what I'm getting at, and we'll see. We'll see what we get. I don't know if the actual wood chipping machine there will get through all of the wood that I put in there by 11 o'clock or not. It'll be close. Nonetheless, I suspect that that's going to get us to, if not being able to pay off the loan, very nearly paying off the loan. I suspect we're going to get 150 grand out of all that. It is March now, though, so wood chips aren't as good to sell. But so I could be wrong, but we'll find out here in a few minutes, right? Now, I was hoping we were going to get this all done without having to fill this up, but we're going to have to fill it up. We're going to literally just miss being able to get this whole field done before we run out of fertilizer here. So 1% left, 15 liters. We're literally going to have a little sliver left, and then this field will be done. So let's go fill this up, and I'm going to leave the camera rolling here. I won't probably talk a whole lot, but I'm going to leave it rolling just because I want to see together with you how much money we make here in 2 minutes. I was way wrong. Way wrong. We only got 100,000 out of that wood chip. Well, it's because I told you the wood chips aren't as good to sell right now. If it was still December or whatever, January, whatever it was, it'd be a lot better. But it's not, so just have to keep that factored in, right? But that's a good amount of money, though. Ooh, I just destroyed that. Whoops. Now, it may not have got through all those wood chips, right? So, I mean, the wood. So, there may be still more to sell once noon hits. Who knows? Let's get this field done. Then we're going to have to spray the field with herbicide. Alright, field's done, gang. Big field. Real big field. When it comes time to harvest this, there's going to be so much canola here. So much. It's going to be good for us. So let's go put this away, and then I think what I'll do here is off camera a little bit. I'm going to get some more trees down. We'll put some more trees into the wood chipper, and we'll see if we can get ourselves to 200,000 plus. I want to be about 220. That's where I'd like to be at. Gives us about $10,000 to play with for the pigs, right? And then a little bit of extra money for just what we need around the farm whenever we need it, fees and everything else, right? So let's go get rid of some more trees. I'll be back with you shortly. All right, I think as long as I did my calculations correct, and I'm not going to say that I'm perfect, but I think we have enough wood in there now to do the trick. So I went up more towards the hill and around the backside there. I think there's about 90 to 100,000 liters of wood in there now. So I think that should have done the trick. But I guess we'll find out here in about 6 minutes, right? So we're putting down some herbicide on this field here. Well, we don't need to do the whole field, but I think based off of the you know, the tiny bit of issues there with some of the field having the textured rendered on there of it being re-drilled after something's been harvested, I'm going to have to kind of mostly go over the whole field here. So that's kind of what we're doing. And if we didn't have to, we didn't have to, right? But just to be safe, I'm just going to kind of go around the whole thing. Looks like most of it I didn't have to over there in that section, but I didn't waste that much herbicide doing it, so just do it to make sure. But as you can see, this takes no time at all. This thing is probably the best purchase we could have made. Speeds everything up for us. About to flip over. About to see. And we're almost done with this field too, so. Field's done. 12 o'clock, 2:24. We're there, gang. We're there. Let's fold this thing up. While that's folding, quick save. Let's pay off the loan. No more loan. 24,000. That's about where I said I wanted to be at. I said I wanted to have around 20,000, so we get a little bit more than that. Let's get some pigs. We're gonna call the episode there. It's exciting, man. Stage 1 done. Stage 2 is a much shorter stage, so just to give you a kind of a reminder here while I'm getting ready to back this thing up here in just a second. I'll give you kind of a reminder. It's in the description down below, but just in case you're watching this on YouTube or something on YouTube. Obviously you're watching on YouTube. Just in case you're watching this on a, you know, like TV or a system or something where you don't have the access to the comments. Gaming system or whatever. Stage 1 goals were to buy 2 more of each, animal pens and storage sheds. We've already done that. Pay off the debt. We just did that. Sell 25 liters of flour. We just did that. So that's done. Stage 2, buy a second plot and buy a second grain mill. Relatively light on stage 2, right? It's just, you know, getting enough money to buy another plot of land, which we can probably do that between now and the next episode by just getting rid of some more trees. 172,000 is what we need to do that. Give me just a second here. Let me get rid of your immersion for a second while I buy some pigs here. Now, I'm going to probably not buy the max amount you can. I'm probably going to buy a good chunk and then let them, you know, sit there and reproduce, right? And save us a little bit of funds. I'll probably buy 2 of each is probably what I'm thinking about doing here. Yeah, let's just go 2 each. That means we only probably have to buy 1 bag of food for them, and they'll be golden, right? We really don't have to worry about anything else for them until then. So we're going to have to get some straw out. There's all kinds of stuff here we're going to have to do for these pigs, but we can work on that in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button if you're new, and until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.